On this Labor Day, it makes sense to talk about labor. So what actually is the state of our labor market, and why does it matter this year when it comes to inflation and interest rates? Scripps reporter Joe St. George explains.
What does Labor Day mean to you and your family? Does it mean one last trip to the beach before summer ends? Does it mean a trip to an amusement park or one last summer hike? The truth is, Labor Day is about labor. It's about the workforce. It's about unions in many cases. So what's the status of America's workforce and America's economy? Here's the reality. Right now, America's workforce is, well, working. The unemployment rate is 3.7%. That's close to a record low. For perspective, during the 2009 recession, it hovered around 10%. In April of 2020, when COVID lockdowns began, it was at 14.7%. In fact, some economists say the biggest issue right now with our economy is that business owners are having trouble finding employees. In July, there were 11.2 million job openings across the U.S. That's nearly a record, too. It's why some businesses can't stay open or offer the level of service they would like. Job data is important because it shows businesses are still hiring and that business owners aren't instituting a hiring freeze because of a possible recession. Job openings also mean you still may have leverage on your boss when it comes to asking for a raise, since finding workers to replace you could be challenging. But the Federal Reserve, the independent central bank in our country, isn't necessarily celebrating all these job numbers. Chairman Jerome Powell is trying to lower inflation, and some economists believe too many job openings can lead to higher wages, which in turn makes inflation worse. It may sound odd, but some economists would actually like higher unemployment rates and less money in your pockets so that inflation can come down. It's why the Fed is continuing to raise interest rates, making credit card debt and loans more costly. Still, on this Labor Day, the data indicates many workers in our country still feel underappreciated, which is why unions are seeing a resurgence. In 2022, unions have won over 640 elections. That's the most in 20 years, according to Bloomberg. Over 200 Starbucks locations are unionized on this Labor Day for the first time. In fact, the first half of 2022 saw a 76% increase in the number of strikes nationwide because employees had just had enough. In Washington, I'm Joe St. George.